Welcome to College Station, Texas, and Kyle Field, home of the 12th man, and ready to cheer on the Texas A&M Aggies. We're really looking forward to this matchup. You've got a team that's made its way into the top 25, now trying to pass an all-important road test. As we'll see the number 19 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Georgia about to kick it off to get us underway. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. So the Texas A&M Aggies offense will take the first swing of the game. And this guy is a big-time star. Just an electricity follows him onto the field.
He's a workhorse too, Reese. This is a definition of a bell cow running back. He can carry the load for his offense and put his football team on his back.
And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. It'll be a draw. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and hand him the ball off.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Setting up the screen. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. So the Georgia Bulldogs offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. Line gets set, 1st down. The give to the tailback. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
Trying play action. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Quickly to the tight end. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a 1st down. Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the 1st down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. You know, don't run right into a zone defender who's sitting there looking at the quarterback and looking at you. So much creativity with routes now and being able to just have subtle moves one way, come back the other way. Nice job by the tight end finding that hole in the zone.
And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
When running backs square their shoulders up, it's when they have the most power. You see him square his shoulders up, break tackles, be strong, continue to plow his way forward, just making it really easy on everybody in this offense by breaking tackles.
Tackle is made at the 44 after the 5-yard gain and the 1st down.
It's a good-looking run, and I'll say this. I know Georgia's always been known to run the football. They always want to be really physical, but it starts up front. They always seem to have great units on the offensive line. Guys that communicate and guys that get pushed. And they've put many running backs into the NFL, but it's because of these big old hog mollies up front.
They'll try to overcome that last play on 2nd and 15. They're trying to get to it. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. We might as well state the obvious. 1st and 2nd down didn't work out. 3rd and very long. He's looking downfield to throw. Got a wide open receiver. Seizing that open space, an opportunity all the way inside the red zone. They'll mark it at the 19.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Headed to the end zone. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one.
Defensively, it's like which one of these guys are the most dangerous. Goodness gracious, you got so many guys that spread you out with speed and wide receivers that you think about taking away the passing game. And then what do? They put him in motion. And he goes across the formation really quickly. They give him the football, and he just so fast chews up yardage. Defensively, there's so many things to be talking about, to be talking through, and then they do stuff like that. It's even more confusing.
Wide out in motion. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call.
Hold it.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. He wants to throw here on second down. And with the completion out to the sideline, they'll pick up a couple. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. Got it! And he was straining for the goal line, but the defense stopped him short.
Man, and that's just making it way too easy on the defense. They're laughing at that shot. They're like, really? Okay, we'll just make an easy tackle and jog our punt return team out on the field. You're going to make it that easy.
So the offense will try to punch it in here on 4th and goal from the 1. The give. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
Hey, if you're going to go for it on 4th down, if you decide to run the football, you got to be sure up front that you're going to win in the trenches. They didn't get it done that time. They need to be more physical moving forward. They're going to try to do that again in the same type of situation in this game.
And this is the area of the field where it gets really, really tough. Because the red zone, you know you got to run the football more. Well, this defense is #1 in the nation against the run. So I look for this offense to be more physical, be creative, try to find ways to run the ball against this defense that is so dynamic.
Hold it. Offense.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. The run to the right. That's a way to get some breathing room. He's got 5 out to the 9-yard line.
That didn't bust for a long one. Now 3rd down becomes very manageable. It's not 3rd in eternity. Now the whole playbook, short passing game, long passing game, all of it's available.
You know, as an offense, you've got to do a better job pass protecting, and you've got to start thinking about max protection at this point of the game. Because if you don't get hats on hats, your quarterback goes down on his own 2-yard line. You're lucky you didn't give up a safety.
Texas A&M will have to boot it away. 2nd time today they've been forced to punt. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. A really disappointing end to that last drive, David. Getting stopped on 4th and goal, they'll try to regroup.
And I think I'm preaching to my squad right now. Listen, we drove the ball down the field. We didn't just punch it in. Let's put another drive together, Jesse, and this time, let's get some points.
You're right, because there were a lot of positives on that last drive. They did a lot of things really well. They just got to do a better job finishing.
Trying to find his man on 1st down. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. The offense set for a 1st down play. Quick pass on the jet motion. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Well, this quarterback's already taken a couple shots from the pocket, and there's another one right there that affected his accuracy on that throw.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Firing to the right, complete. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the catch past the sticks. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the 1st down. And the Aggies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll pull it on the read. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. After a good pickup on the run, it's 2nd down. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the 1st half. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. They'll throw it from the red zone. Gets it out fast. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on 1st down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Texas A&M. When they have something to cheer about here, this Kyle Field crowd is the most choreographed group in all of college football.
They've got so many chants and cheers that I had no clue about Reese until we visited, and you see it's choreographed, it's perfect together. And how about this choreographed start? Exactly how they drew it up early, getting this place going bananas.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are...
He holds it in, and nobody's close. And he's running in the open. Touchdown, Georgia! A great catch and run for 6.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the 2nd half. An extra point away from tying this football game. We trailed a little bit in the 1st half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the 2nd half.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with a young fellow on the sideline. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
Looking to go up top on first down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Comes out throwing on first down. It's complete. Touchdown, Aggie. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
And if you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. Just enough time for one final play of the half. They'll throw it on first down. Coming after it. Takes a hit as he fires. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A really raucous environment there in College Station. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on third down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those two stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Kyle Field.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. Texas A&M has it teed up to start this second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. They'll run it. And the ball's on the ground. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
As a defender, you love the big hits. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you get the big hit and force the fumble.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
It's never easy on defense being in a sudden change situation like this. On the very first snap, they take a shot. You're backed up almost in your red zone. Great job forcing an incompletion now to catch your breath, get some momentum.
Makes a man miss. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short...
At the 25-yard line. Third down coming up.
They run into a bit of trouble here. 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. He's looking to throw. And here's a fumble way behind the line. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
And that is exactly how you draw it up. You get to the quarterback, but you get the football out. You hit him, you try to rake it out. Great job by the defense, getting the sack, getting the fumble.
They're looking for an advantage in the running game to the right. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field.
Holding, offense.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Here comes the offense on 1st down. Looking to throw. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
He didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If you could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Trying to get to him. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. Georgia sends out the punt team. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. That last drive and the turnover, not what you're looking for when you have the lead, Jesse.
Yeah, and really I think for them, it's just staying out of their own way. They're making plays. They've got the playmakers to go and win this game, so it's just a matter of executing better, Dan.
Yeah, executing better, understanding I still got the lead. Put a drive together here and build on that lead.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. Can't come in half-stepping to tackle this guy. Too much strength and power. He's up to the 25. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
Let's see what he can do with it. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Just a short pass to the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Power football with the run. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
You wonder now on offense, have they found something in the run game? Finally, it's been tough for them to get the run game going, but they picked up a nice gain on that last one. Let's see if they go back to it.
Going up top on 1st down. He finds his man. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. And they'll come to the line just needing a few chain links for a 1st down. The run from the shotgun. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the 1st down.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
Pre-snap motion quarterback trying to get a read. Gets it out quickly. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many...
Got enough space. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold it, offense.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Second down coming up. The play action fake. Fires to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving forward just a few. Facing third and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got the tight end. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. Texas A&M has the lead at the end of the quarter. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. And guys, if they can somehow, some way find their way into the end zone, we'll have a tie game in the fourth. And the defense stuffs the run, and the ball will remain at the 2. Can the D deny them on second and goal? He's looking to throw. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident.
And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Dogs!
How do you not love it when they use the big fullback? Reward the big fella for doing the dirty work and blocking every play, every play. You don't want to account for him? We'll slip him out, throw him the football. He walks into the end zone for 6.
And he knocks it through for the tie here in the fourth quarter. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. The give to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Loss of 1 on the play. Second down coming up.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Off play action. Feeling some heat. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
That is how you start a drive. Meet the physical challenge on first down. Rush the quarterback, get the sack on second down, and now put him in a 3rd and long situation. Nice job by this defense.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Quick strike complete. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Slips through the line. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They'll run play action. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. They some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And he's got it at the 15-yard line.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys on the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Touchdown, Bulldogs! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead.
And, man, that was a nice job by the tight end, finding the soft spot in the defense in the end zone on that TD.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Texas A&M 14.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. He'll start this drive firing. Makes the grab. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on first down. Looking down the middle. Rolls it in. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Well, the drag routes put in this playbook to fight against man-to-man coverage. So there you see the receiver using his speed, working his way across the field. He gets separation on the DB, trying to trail him, makes the catch, turns it upfield for the first.
He's got his man downfield. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. From the shotgun, the inside give. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And he's got it. He's got it for a touchdown. And here in the final minute, they're a single point behind.
Massive score, now massive decision making. Obviously, extra point ties the football game. Easy peasy, nice job. A 2-point conversion, you win this thing. So I would kick it, but you know what? You want to go for it? It's your decision.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. A pretty good bit of ground to cover here, Jesse, but they've got some time to work with.
They do. So tempo.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half.
Timeout, Texas A&M.
This attack so lethal with that big play capability. Now 1st and 10 from the 29. They're going back to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. On the option. He'll pitch it. Nice move there. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Offense will use a timeout with 28 ticks remaining. down play more than manageable from the 24. Can the defense stand tall? Wants to go up top. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Never a doubt. Big celebration, and understandably so, guys, but there is still time on the clock.
You got to give this guy so much credit, man. It is so hard in practice to simulate the pressure that he just faced. Late in the game, seconds left on the clock, you have an opportunity to kick a field goal to put your team up late in the game, and he absolutely drilled it. What a moment for that young man.
Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. And if you list the priorities here, Jesse, first thing, get your kicker into his comfort zone.
It's a balance here between being conservative and being aggressive. You know that a field goal obviously puts you in a position to win this game, but, David, I don't hate being aggressive here either.
No, I'm going to be aggressive. I'm not leaving it up to my kicker if I have a choice. I trust my offense. I make the plays I know I can make. I watch the clock, but I stay aggressive.
He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23. The Aggies moving quickly to the line. And they'll get to the line and spike it to stop the clock.
Brings up second down.
This kicker is going to need nerves of steel on this one. And with 4 seconds left, this one to save the game and send it to overtime. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And in the waning seconds of the game, they tie it up.
Wow, and with that field goal with so little time left here in the game, it looks like this thing's going to OT. You have to give that young guy so much credit. He had the weight of the world on his shoulders, and he's able to knock it through. We've still got some football left here, fellas.
The offense lining up for a first down play. He wants to throw. Lost one deep down the right side. Incomplete, the final play of regulation, and now we head to overtime. Well, guys, let's play some more. Headed to overtime.
And this just feels right. Both of these teams going back and forth. So, of course, David, this thing needs to get decided in OT.
Let's see who's better. Short amount of time to do it. A couple possessions probably, maybe one possession each. Who's the better team?
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possessions starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, and the second overtime and two-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
We'll get it started here in overtime. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Looking to scramble. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You get the ball out. But when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
They bring him down, but he's got a first and goal from the 10.
Man, you played the whole game. Now it's coming down to what? A couple of plays. It's in overtime. You're starting to move the ball closer to the opponent's end zone. Got to make a play. Got to protect the football. What's your go-to play after watching this whole game develop?
They'll dial up the run on first and goal. And that's a live ball. Oh, and he gets it back. A fortunate turn of events.
What a lucky break for the running. I can't imagine what goes through your mind when you cough it up. You're like, oh, no, and just huge panic. I got to get back to the football. He did a good job finding his way back to the football after he made the mistake in fumbling in the first place.
Trying to surge it in. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And this offense knew coming into the game, when they get to the red zone, it's going to be tough sledding because it's hard to run, especially against this physical defense. They're one of the top 5 defenses stopping the run. And you know at this area of the field, it's really tough to throw it. Let's see who the more physical side is.
Trying to pound it in. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down.
And on that situation on the 1-yard line, the defense brings so many guys. Palmer gets in the backfield, creates the negative play.
Yeah, I think we're seeing the overall athleticism of this defense. They've got guys flying to the ball.
Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And with that, they've taken the lead. Down by a field goal and a touchdown will win it. Let's see what they've got on 1st down. They'll try the run. Oh, what a move! And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. He'll set up to throw. They've got the screen set up. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back. Just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
This offense has a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. It always comes down to a few key plays in a game like this, but to lose in overtime just an